and he said, listen, there's someone here who said he is your biggest fan, and he's desperate to meet you. He really wants to meet you. And I said, oh, thank you. So I said, certainly. And I stand up and turn, and I'm thinking, it's a Star Trek fan. He said, it's a Star Trek fan. I'm looking for a young man who's a Star Trek fan. I turn, and instead of fan, there's this face the world nose with this beautiful smile on it. And I remember thinking, whoever that fan is gonna have to weep because Dr. Martin Luther King, my leader, is walking toward me.
How you guys feeling?
Woo! Thank you.
Good. Well, I'm Sam Chimes. I was the creator of Heckler's Anthem. Yeah, I did the sound design for the reel as well, and cut it up together. So I did some video editing and sound and music and film stuff and music.
Hi everyone. Hi, my name is Blessing. I did the last film, Dear Immigrant.
Are you Amani?
Where are you from, Blessing?
I'm from Nigeria.
Yes.
Sam, I got a question.
He's got a question.
So that...
Hold on. They need to hear you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Sam. So that Zoom call that you that was played at the end of your film, was that like the origin of the film, or was that someone asking you to like make a movie? I'm curious how that film came about.
So I street perform, and there was a guy who met me while I was performing out there on the street and just commissioned me for a 30-second track. Ended up being 1 minute. He sent me a little more funds. You know what, instead of just releasing as just a music, because I've wanted to do a production for a long time, not having the resources, the knowledge, it wasn't possible. So this seemed like just the perfect moment. Everything was just coming in alignment. Very beautiful, so I look forward to doing some more.
Listen, the origin of your film.
I'm the origin. Dear Immigrant is, I happen to be an immigrant, and I've seen friends who have to take classes that they did not want to actually do because it guaranteed them one or two things. I've seen friends who have ended up in abusive relationships because they're immigrants. And so I was like, you know what? Dear Immigrant. It was supposed to be titled The Struggle. And then when I got to the end, I wanted something so bad. Something was missing. And then I said, Dear Immigrant. And it just made sense. That's it.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, I have a question for Sam. On what ground was it personal to you? How does that play in your life? And what message do you really want us to get from that?
Without me, the Hecklers have no anthems. So at the end of the day, it's just shifting the perspective. It is what it is, but based on how we perceive the world, we can change our world by our perception. Then we gotta listen to the young girl in us. Get up. You can do this. Without you, the Hecklers have no purpose. So it's an encouraging production.
Thank you. Blessing, my question to you will be, I've watched you go through the process of this film, and I can say it's amazing. I'm so proud of you. What do you really want the world to go? I mean, where do you want us to go as an immigrant in this country?
So I'm so glad that with films like this, when I shot the film, or when myself and my wonderful team, that's my sound person right there, we made this film out of $0 budget. On the first day of set, it was a whole mess. But anybody who sees this film instantly just gets the message without having to make a scene. At the end of the day, immigrant or no immigrant, we're humans, irrespective of where the hell we fell from. So the young ones coming out there, the thing is, you will fall to rise. If they don't open the door for you, make your own door. Have a master key and a spare key, so you don't have to knock. You just get the hell in. Preach!
We're 15, a little short break, then we're gonna come back with some little bit of music. LT Irie on the ones and twos.
The touch of your hands can do. It's like nothing that I ever need. Yeah, I'm when the rain is falling. I can feel it. And you're here with me now. I wanna ask you, baby.
It's hard to really contest the importance and the impact that technology has on our lives every day. So I think it just depends on the individual, you know? Not everyone's gonna be drawn to like analog art practices. So, but for those people that are, I just try to be a resource to them. And I try to show them that they're not alone. Because I feel like feeling included in art is something that's paramount, and you need to find people who look like you or think like you. And obviously you might be gravitated to those people, but some people are not. So I just try to, through my own art and through this company that I've started, create a space where people feel empowered to chase the things that they're interested in. And if that's analog photography, awesome. But if it's not, if it's something that, because I definitely get a lot of people who aren't as like active, you know? I think everyone kind of goes through art at their own pace too, especially with photography.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm getting at, is that what I'm getting from the video was this is a dying breed, and this is a reinsurgence. It's kind of bringing back to the basics. As African people, we are kind of going through this Eurocentric history. Now we want to know our African history before, and these festivals that I'm trying to run and have people like you that are actually going back to the basics, teaching how did that just snap. No, there's a process. We used to do a process. We used to get the paper, what kind of paper, there was this process. And that's what I'm saying, is that it's necessary that you are there teaching the people that have the snap that also there's another side of it, and how we got there is now it's the time that we're learning about how we got here, because that was taken away from us, kind of sense.
I feel like I'm in a very lucky position, so I have constant wow moments, and I'm very blessed to be able to receive them. So I'm just very thankful that good things keep happening to me, you know?
Can you name one wow moment, just one specific moment?
Sure, yeah. I applied for a grant, and they reviewed it maybe a week prior to me flying out here, and I got approved for $50,000, so that was incredible.
So all is good, because you know what happened? In the church, there's a word they call the anointing. And that anointing, you feel it. And then also, those mothers will make you learn how to sing. You open up your mouth, your tongue, and they will make you learn how to sing. But thank you for letting me be here. And there was so much, from Earth, Wind, and Fire, from Philip Bailey, all from doing church. Even the Commodores, I worked with the Commodores. I was in their gospel choir, which called the St. Louis Gospel. They called Jesus is Love. Father, help your children, and that was a gospel song. And Brian of my night. Soul. And it's just so much. But you don't hear them. Smokey Robinson. All these guys come from the church. And with me, I grew up Catholic, but then I was in a group by a guy by the name of Andre Crouch. He did a song called Soon and Very Soon, we are going to see the King, right? So, and I learned, thank God I was blessed to be with so many different singers. But even today, Bobby Gay is still my favorite singer out of all the people I worked with, working with the Commodores, which I love with the Commodores, because I like soul. You know, like my brother Louis Johnson, he no longer with us, that played the funky beat and everything like that for Michael. And they all came from the church. That gospel beat, when you hear that, dum 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 dum, shout, I was your brothers. But I'm gonna let you get back to the film. Mahalo. I don't like to take too long. God bless you. Aloha.